Because had it been I have a calendar in my house now, I would have seen that today is the third Sunday. But that's not a problem. So next week we'll be looking at why are you single? And by the special grace of God, solos will be here, solo you'll be here. If Ugo Simba decides to just get crash and come, we would appreciate it. But away from that, this is the third Sunday of the month, and this is Ability and Disability series. And on this series, this is where we get to talk about issues surrounding disability and the fact that one thing we've been able to take out of this program is that the fact that you are able today, you never can tell what's going to happen to you tomorrow. So you need to guard yourself. They say guard your heart jealously. Just take care of yourself. Take care of people who are disabled, who are around you, people who are living with disability. Okay? Take care of them. Be kind to them. Be good to them. So our topic today is surviving disability. So if you're a person living with disability, we want you to share with us your experience. How are you surviving disability? How is it for you? What are you doing differently? What is your experience? Okay, so that's our topic for today, surviving disability. So if you're tuned in, we want you to join this conversation, be part of it. It's important for you to be part of it. Disability is not inability. Okay? Disability is not a death sentence. It is not. Disability is not the end. It is simply a different path, a different rhythm, a different strength. And that's why I want to explore how people living with disabilities rise above challenges, how they're able to create meaningful lives and inspire everyone around them. I was going through the internet and on observation, I found out that there's this, which we're going to talk about it some other time. There's this, I would say it's disability because anything that is not okay, whether in terms of your physical nature, maybe your leg, your hand, your eyes, your nose, your ear, one thing that is foreign to your body, when there's a foreign something in your body, I feel is disability. So Go Simba, right? So there's this thing that is trending. I would say it's trending maybe because because maybe when you like one, every other person on that same situation keeps coming up on your timeline. So there's this it's called colostomy or something. But it's something that people pull through their stomach, right? They have to put something there, like a pad for them to put through the stomach. I'm going to get details about that. We're going to get a health practitioner to come and talk on that because we have people, you see them, they wear clothes, they cover their body, but if they remove their clothes for you, you will see what is hidden. Even those that wear pampers.
People are going through a lot.
Yes, people are going through a lot. Even people that wear pampers, you will know. You see this person, the butt is big. You don't know that probably in a pampers same way, but in your mind you feel it's natural. People are going through a whole lot. So that's why I want to look at this, surviving disability. And the truth is, when we talk about disability, people often think only of people on wheelchair, people who use the white cane, or people who are deaf and dumb. That's the only people we see as people that are disabled. But disability includes so much more. We have this learning disability. We have chronic illness, which of course is one of the ones that I've shared earlier. We have mental health conditions, is disability. We have speech difficulties. We have birth conditions. Albinism too. We have that. We have injuries and more. And the truth is, the world is not made difficult because of disability. So you will not say because you are disabled, that's why the world is difficult. But because of the barriers that society builds, that's just the reason. And that's what I want to talk about. This, how do people survive disability? Okay? So I want Ugo Simba to share with us the real issues that people with disabilities actually face, because I know there are numerous to mention. We've heard the story of Sinachije Emmanuel, Fine Glow, Mr. Okafo, and some other persons who have come on this show and share their stories with us. So just in summary, just share with us those real issues that people with disabilities actually face.
Okay, good afternoon, listeners, once more. Actually, just as Beta Pikin pointed out, disability encompasses a whole lot. It, it's not just the blind, the wheelchair bound, the deaf and dumb, but a whole lot of disability. But the issue is that there are some disability that is not visible, easily noticeable, unless you have things to do with such a person before you could notice, or that the person decided to open up to you. But now we are not here to lecture on kinds of disability, but to share and to survive disability. This, in most cases, do not make it easy. Do not provide the enabling environment for people living with disability to survive. So, what I want to tell anybody living with disability, I say it in any forum I find myself talking about disabilities, issues, or people living with disability. There is one thing, the number one thing as a person living with disability that you have to do. That is, first of all, practice self-love. In that situation you find yourself, just love yourself. Practice self-care. That is the number one thing you have to do. Because when you sit at a place, gnashing your teeth, mourning over or crying over a spilt milk, it will never bring solution to the numerous challenges people living with disability face. But telling yourself there is ability in disability, that is the first thing first. Yes, people face a whole lot of challenges, discriminations here and there. Last month, Gideon was here. One of the advice he gave people living with blindness is that you have to make 95% of your friends should be people who are well sighted, because you need them to survive. Now the question is, those who are well sighted, are they willing to be your friends? Or is there some form of discriminations? I've seen a case where a young man wants to marry and he brings home an albino lady, and the entire family rejected her. Not because she's not worthy to be a wife, not because she's not a good wife material, but because of albinism. These are the things people faces. You will see a beautiful girl with good intelligence, with everything, but because, oh, she is in wheelchair, everybody will start asking the man, how will you cope? You will be carrying her up and down. And I must be sincere to you. You see, in this Igbo land, I pity any lady with any form of disability. It is easier for a lady who is okay to fall in love with a man with disability, and the society, nobody will talk. It's a normal. But let us reverse the table, and it is the girl that is a person living with disability. The whole friends and family members will start asking you, "Umu nwanyị agwụgo?" And this is just the reality. So please, I want to use this opportunity to tell people, Lillian will always say it here, there is a thin line between ability and disability. And that you are an able person today, you don't know when
tomorrow?
the table will turn. I was at a wedding yesterday. That my driver that always bring me here dropped me at that wedding venue, and he told me that he will be traveling to their village for another wedding. Just from St. Philip's Federal Housing to Mami, an accident happened. His windscreen, his steering, everything scattered. And that was how that wedding he was rushing to meet.
He didn't even attend again.
But thank God for life. But such thing, if the accident was maybe more severe, maybe by now he will be in orthopedic. And this is an able-bodied person. So what I am saying is, for people living with disability to survive, I have to say it categorically clear here. People who are not living with disability need to help them. Because people living with disability cannot survive in isolation. They cannot just have a community. Yes, we do advise, as a person living with disability, identify with your community, the community of people living with disability too. If you are a blind, identify with the National Association of the Blind of the chapter of wherever you live. But people living with disability cannot coexist alone. They need you listening to my voice this afternoon to show some love. Show some love. Igbo si na ebulu ozu onye ọzọ dịka ebu ukwu nkwu. But just put yourself in their situation. Ask yourself, yeah, if I'm the one who is in this condition, how will I even cope? But please, as I always say, and as I will continue to say, you as a person living with disability, love yourself more. Tell yourself, I can do it. Give yourself some challenges. Give yourself some challenges. Set out goals and work towards meeting such goals. And at the end of the day, you will see that you are not incapacitated. The only thing, yes, you have some limitations here and there. Look for the ones you can do. Because when you say, oh, I want to be a footballer, and you know that you are on wheelchair and you cannot be a footballer. In fact, your dream of being a footballer is dead and buried. There are other things that people who are on wheelchair can do. Can you please look towards such directions and stop crying over the fact that you cannot be a footballer any longer? If you fall and remain on the ground, you can never move forward. But if you fall and stand up, even if you are no more walking the way you used to walk, you have pains on your leg, small movements, you will still get to your desired destination. So I don't want to talk too much anyway, but I believe I've made my point clear. Just continue moving. Forget about the barriers. Even though sometimes those barriers are inevitable, we must talk on them. The society, the government, the churches, don't discriminate people living with disability. Because why I call the churches? In our various churches, all the committees, all the parish council meeting and the rest of them, how many are they even giving the people living with disability opportunity to be one of the members? Because discrimination that we are talking of, it starts from home. Oh. And those small units that we are neglecting, most of the times we look at the government. But the ones we can do within our own circle, as a private institution, how many jobs, how many slots will you say, you see this particular slot, I'm leaving it for a person living with disability to come and work in my organization. But when you hear governments are discriminating people with disability, you will be the first to shout, hey, it's your poo. But you, on your own side, what are you doing? As a parent who have a child living with disability, how are you helping that child so that he or she will not feel inferior? That, oh, my brothers are better. Some believe that once they give them food, clothe them, they've done all they could for that person. Or maybe hire a nanny that will be taking care of that child. Others will be going for outing, going for wedding. You will carry your entire family. You will leave that one with disability because you don't want people to identify you with such, oh, you have such a child. You are discriminating already and you are killing that child's potential, intentionally or unintentionally. So what am I saying here? In every environment you find yourself, please show some love to people living with disability. And you as a person living with disability, kill, destroy, bury self-pity. That is number one thing you have to kill.
Okay, Ogosima, before you continue, I would want you to use your story, okay? Because I know a lot of people have listened to you share your story, and the fact that, but people will be like, okay, that's why where this topic is very important: surviving disability. For some people, it's something that after a while that thing goes, but there are people who live
Lives
with
with
it.
it. Yeah.
It's till death do them pass. Like I shared the story of a few people on social media of living with this particular illness, meaning when they wear their clothes, they cover it. And one of the ladies actually said, in short, why am I covering this? Let people see it. After all, it's not I didn't do myself, it just happened, right? So I know that there are key things that you mentioned earlier, uh, the real issues that people with disability actually face. You talked about marriage. If you're a female, the problems you face, you can't, it will be quite difficult for you to get married. But the man, because we know so many men, there's one trending on social media. He's married to uh, somebody who can see, and she did a prank on him and all that. Then there's Kobams, married to the most beautiful woman. You understand? He says it all the time. Okay, so you talked about stigma and discrimination, which is key. A lot of people face this, and there's one thing you said: you need to just accept that, see, you are in this, you are in this, and the earlier you realize the fact that this is what it is, I think the better. Then you talked about accessibility.
Exactly.
You talked about it: schools, transportation, workplace, very important. You talk about social isolation. Your parents are going out, but because you are living with this, they feel you're a burden, they leave you at home. They leave that child at home. I have a friend, my secondary in the university. She got married, and I think her first child has was one of the limbs was amputated, right? And I think on one of the occasion, I did an interview with her from where based in Lagos. So, and she said, I asked her, the other children, how do they see their elder brother? And she said she doesn't want the boy to feel that, hey, he needs help all the time. That what she did was to try as much as she can to get an artificial limb for him, which you wouldn't even know. Okay, and she made sure that, see, if she's waking other children by 3, the boy too wakes up by 3. So nothing like, hey, his own condition is that,
Yes, exactly.
let me bath the others, then when he comes I will now wake him later. No, she try as much as if they are going to church, the same, if it's front seat, others are sitting, the boy must sit down there, so that the boy doesn't feel, oh, the reason I'm sitting at the back is because my leg or something. We have things like that. Then you talked about assumptions that you are helpless, that you can't do anything. These are the issues. You talked about emotional struggles from being understood, because when you say things, people tend to feel that, oh, because you are visually impaired, because you are on wheelchair, that's the reason you are reacting this way, without actually looking at the issue. So even in these struggles, I know that there are people who have actually survived. The likes of Eze Snachi shares the story, doing everything on social media, making sure he's earning a living, not letting his issue to weigh him down. We have yourself, we have Fine Glow. Even though most times when they share their story, it's fresh, you begin to wonder, did this thing just happen yesterday? But they will tell you 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But, and these are people who have, I would say, survived per se, but lived above somehow, or still living above the struggles they are facing. So what are those empowering steps that you would share to every person out there? We're talking disability in general,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're not saying those that have spinal cord injuries, because we know they will not be able to do a lot for themselves. They need aid. We're saying generally, what are those empowering steps that you can share What are those empowering steps you've also used for yourself to ensure that, see, you're not letting the disability weigh you down? Because I know you are doing so many things, getting white cape for people, making sure that people living with who are visually impaired are, they understand that, see, in as much as looking at you, you can't see, that doesn't mean deep down you're also blind, right? So I want you to react to that.
Okay, there is this popular saying that charity begins at home, and that's why I laid more emphasis on parenting in my earlier speech. Growing up, my mom treated me just as you narrated in your friend's case, like every other. When others are fetching water, I will come home, I will go and fetch. Because in my own case, everybody know I am not blind. Okay? I will go and do everything. That the only thing that she knows, oh, once it is night, don't move outside the house. But inside that house, you will still walk. In fact, there is this particular one she did. I was in my, I think, SS3 or SS2. I got one of my teeth evacuated, okay? And my mom was so busy in the shop. And that day we have to cook soup. With the swollen face, she sent someone to bring the food items at home. That was at night though. I can, like I told you, like at night, anybody in my house won't know anything because I operate and I do everything perfectly. So I was cooking that food. At that time, I was saying, oh, even with this, my pain here, but now that I'm growing up, I give it to her that whatever thing I am today, she made it. You understand? Because no iota of discrimination or isolation. I do virtually everything. So that charity begins at home. That's why I want to urge parents, if you have anybody who have any form of challenge of any kind, please treat them equally. Treat your child, the person with the rest of your child equally. Then after the work of the parents, now comes in the work of that individual, the person living with disability. Because sometimes parents will do their part. When you grow up, you will think, oh, this is an opportunity for you to now be begging from one location to another location. There is a particular man in this Enugu. He's a landlord, though, but he's one of those people begging at Holy Ghost because he's blind. So all these things are individually based. That's why I said you will have to first be intentional that I want to make it in life, irrespective of whatever challenge that I'm facing. It is even how you navigated your own challenge that will help you, enable you to be an inspirer, an inspirator to other people living with that form of disability. Just as you said, my NGO, I founded it because I want to reach out to people that have a more serious issue. Since mine is not blindness, so to say, but people who are blind needs help. So in my own little problem, I will now use it as a yardstick to know what people who have a higher problem are facing. Now, people are also going into blindness day by day due to lack of awareness or lack of good medical this thing, medical availability or accessibility. So I now look at all those things. I said I will open my own foundation to not just cater for people who are blind, but also prevent other people from entering into blindness by carrying out medical outreach. So it is an intentional thing that I wanted to reach out to people. So in this program today, the only thing I will tell anybody living with disability is, please, just as you said, nobody did. In fact, in any situation in or yourself, you are better off than a whole lot of people. That is what you will tell yourself. You are better off than a whole lot of people. So what you will please look out for, identify your area of strength. If you identify your area of strength, work more on the development of that area of strength, so that through it you will live a happy and better life.
Okay. All right. We'll take a few reactions. Remember that we just have about 15 or 16 minutes, and we're looking at surviving disability. So, if you're a person living with disability, how are you surviving? What are you doing differently? You've been listening to this program for years since we started it. What are you doing differently? Are you helping yourself through, or you are still in one position? What is that issue you are facing? We want to hear from you. So, if you're listening, feel free to call us 0909 771 1009. And we want to say one thing to families and caregivers: your role is powerful. Hello?
Good afternoon, soulsistaz.
Yes, so good afternoon.
My name is Gabriel and I'm calling from Isoko, my Onitsha local government area of Abuja,
Okay.
aka Mazi Gabriel. There is ability in disability. I call on government, parents, non-governmental organizations, civil society organizations. They should not discriminate against those living with disability. And I'm calling on those that are living with a disability. Let them identify their area of improvement so that they will improve. There are a lot of them who are blind, who are well educated, lame, well educated. I have a record of a disabled person who won a very marvelous medal in one of the Olympics.
Go ahead, go ahead. Hello? All right, 0909 771 109. We have 0902 311 1009 and 0704 550 2840. So feel free to call us. Very, very important. Let's hear you. Are you a person living with disability? Call. We want to hear from you. 0909 771 1009, 0902 311 1009, and 0704 550 2840. So feel free to call us. We would love to hear from you. If you're a person living with disability, or you're a caregiver, we also need to hear from you. One of the things we've been able to take out of what our conversation this evening is that even as caregivers, your role is powerful in all these things we've said. Hello?
Hello, Jenny. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Shoma from Ananda.
Shoma, go ahead.
Yes, I want to say hello to our sister in the studio. We go Simba.
Go Simba. She's
Good
hearing you.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mom, yeah, Mama, appreciate.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my vision is quite better. I lost my sight when I'm sick.
You lost your sight when?
When I'm racing. When I'm a
When you are where?
at my tender age.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I thank God for my family. My mom, she fought there for me because I lost my dad early. I'm the only daughter my mom has. And I have brothers, but they take care of me very well. I lost nothing up to date. I appreciate my parents so much. So that is it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate your call, my darling. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Lilian, you were back on the line. I was
Okay.
cut off by the daytime.
Okay.
Yes, as I was saying, there is ability. I have mentioned in some areas, but I'm using this opportunity to appeal to the members of the society, the government, the parents, the civil society organizations, as well as the non-governmental organizations, including our own people. I'm a teacher for excellence. I have a duty to a role and the responsibility to know that they are living with disability.
Okay.
Whether they are natural or by acting, whether you are on the wheelchair or you are blind or whatever, you should not see yourself as somebody that is already in fail. Disability is not a death sentence. You can adjust and be very comfortable. I like what the woman said. We have to make friends with those who are not disabled like you. I know that in this world, there is a problem. Up in that cannot take what. I'm appealing to university. Let them make available buildings that will help those on wheelchair and the blind ones so that they can attend the classes, attend lectures. Yes. There are a lot of things. I have observed that somebody who has no finger, but the person using the left to right, he was not educated, and I know of that. I just finished his training and Latino person, and I did a recommendation to the Latino organization. The girl has just graduated from secondary school, which is going to trade and preparing to go to university. We should not discriminate against them. So, sister, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. 0909 771 109 or 0902 311 1009 or 0704 550 2840. This is Ability and Disability on Soul Sisters. And our topic is surviving disability.
But I want to add something.
Oh, go ahead.
Please, I want to use this opportunity to beg our teachers, because this era, teachers spend more time with the children than the parents, because in most cases some children will leave as early as after 6. So my children leave sometimes before 6, because that is when school bus will come, and when the school bus will bring them back, it will be around after 4. And before you say Jack Robinson, you'll be rushing them to bed. Mm-hmm. You understand? So please, there are certain disability that a child will be developing because of the short period of time that the parents do spend with them, or because even some parents are not even at home. Maybe nanny are there to take care of them while we look for money. They may not even observe such thing. Teachers should please pay attention to the children they tutor, especially in the area of eye problem. Because if there is anybody that will identify when a child is developing eye problem, it is first the teacher. Because when a child starts writing in between lines or not copying the words or the notes correctly, it is a red flag. It is an indication that that child is developing sight issue. So instead of shouting at him or her, you not seeing, look at how you are copying wrongly, please call the attention of that pupil's parents so that they will take him or her to hospital for proper checkup. Please, I beg our teachers, very important.
Okay, we're still taking your calls. Your reactions are very much needed. So call us 0909 771 109 0902 311 109. And we've talked on a lot of things, family and caregivers, the fact that your roles are important. So you need to love, patience, understanding, they need it. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon. No?
Good afternoon, sir.
This issue of uh, disability, now and because of the challenges of difficulties in Nigeria, some parents don't have time for their children, like my own parents. When I came back from overseas, I got diagnosed and said I cannot, that my eyes will start deteriorating because they didn't attend to my eye problem that time with retinal detachment. So they didn't find out on time. By the time I went to Moffitt Hospital, London, they said nothing could be done. When I came back, I was treated the same way my my siblings were treated. I'll do a lot of things by myself. Even when I traveled to do my to university in America, I was cooking. I had my own apartment cooking and all those things. And when I came back to Nigeria, I wanted to see what I can do in the means I was working. Looking for a way to help people with disability. And my director that time said, you teach it your own thought. He tell you they are not interested in persons with disability, just very few, or people that are disabled. When I retired, before I retired, I did my department had to do with a rehabilitation department that deals with disability, And I entered into a lot of trouble because of it, because they wanted to fire me. They even said that I was mentally retarded because I refused to release the money for disabled persons to buy equipment and things. To release it to the ministry, I said no. But one thing I want to say is that we, as persons with disability and visually impaired, we really need to struggle, pray to God to help us. And with respect to attitude of people towards us, I have to fight my own way. I have to start doing things for myself. I try as much as possible not to depend on people. The only thing is for you to make the money, to pay my way through. I know it's not easy for people. Roads are not constructed for us to move around. I had to get a driver that I'm paying. I think certain jobs that I do, that I need people, I have to pay them so that I'll be able to survive. Like right now, I'm managing a school. I have around 40 persons that I pay. And I tell other people, please, don't enter into the shell as a disabled person. Like what Gosin has said, that don't have self-pity for yourself. Say that, like Paul said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Try as much as always to do everything that you do, you can do. The little that you cannot do, that you need help, if you don't see a person that is willing to help or something like that, if you have the money, just pay and get that assistance and continue living on. So I always say that I must survive, build houses like people build. Even my business, I said that for the fact that I also kind of a little bit of I did things at the time I was supposed to do, but I was able to level up quicker. So when I went to overseas, it depends on the number of credits you take in the university. I took 4 credits in order to get my first degree in 2 years and 8 months before doing my postgraduate. So what I want to advise my fellow disabled persons is that say within yourself that you can do it. And if you say you can do it, with God on your side, you will know that you can do it. I remember the Bible in Ephesians chapter 2 verse 3, it says that I can do exceedingly abundantly above what I think and am through Christ that worketh in me. If Christ is in the center stage in whatever you're doing. You know, this is God is going to help you. And I tell my very disabled person, be born again. It's very, very important. Give your life to Christ. So that Christ is able to assist you to deal with some of these issues that are on your way. So I have a lot to say, but I have to stop so that I do other people opportunity to come and talk. But let me just say one more thing. With respect to marriage and all those things, sometimes, like she said, disciple ladies find it very difficult. But sometimes we have I saw somebody was asking a lady, Jessica, this grandson, because you need to be able to have children, I was like, everything by that. How will he do the same now? Now, will everyone,
Excuse me.
and some of them, they get scared of saying, we can more. If you it doesn't work out like that. Yes. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. We appreciate your call. And yes, I think you just be the one that will round up the program for us because you've said a whole lot. And this is more to people. If you're listening to this program, and the fact is, the essence of this program is so that we can build a society where people with disabilities will feel respected, where they are given opportunities, where they are allowed to dream, because it's not a bad thing for you to dream big. Because you are disabled doesn't mean you will dream where you are in the Olympics. We have Paralympic, so you can be there. There's this lady that won gold on so many occasions in Paralympic. She's on wheelchair, but she's making it big for herself. She's everywhere. We have so many of them. That you are disabled doesn't mean you have to hide yourself. You don't come out. You don't associate with people. I remember the guest we had last week who said, make people that can see your friend. Because you are disabled doesn't mean you go and follow your disabled people. Blind man cannot lead a blind man. It's not possible. You need somebody that can see to lead you because you are blind. Because even the person that two blind men want to cross a road. How would they cross the road? You actually need somebody that will see, that will hold you and cross that road for you. That's what it is. So you need to understand all these things. A disability-friendly society is a stronger society. Check homes where you have disabled people and you are taking care of them. They will definitely come out big. They will not be relegated to the background. They'll be like when they go out and they speak, you'll be marveled, you'll be amazed at what they can do. But once you keep putting it to that person that see where he passed that you are disabled, that person will go back to the shell, and that potential that person is supposed to give out, he will carry it to the grave. And that is not what we want. We want everybody to be able to be expressive, which is very, very important. So go Simba, let's get your parting words.
Well, my parting word is for people living with disability. Believe in yourself. Believe I can do it and work towards achieving it, and you will see it happening. Have a blessed Sunday.
All right, thank you so much. And if you are joining us today, probably this is your first time, we want to say thank you to you. And I just want to say this again, every third Sunday is Ability and Disability series, but we have first, second, last Sunday is Soul Clinic. So you can send in your issues and we have the team to look into it. Okay? So thank you so much. Our topic today was surviving disability. So if you're listening right now and you are living with a disability, please listen to this. You matter. Anybody who says you don't matter, you matter to me. And I know you matter to the Soul Solid FM family. You matter to Soul Sisters. You matter to us. You are strong. Because for you to be going through what you're going through, it shows you are strong. People who are able, if they go through what you're going through, they might not survive. So you are strong, you are capable, and you are enough. Anybody that feels you're not enough, let that person go and break leg. Yes. And walk with crutches. Let that person go, just close the eyes for a day and not say, and
10 minutes.
10 minutes and let that person come back and say, I did it. If you will not even be winking your eye somehow just to see, If somebody passed, you want to know who passed. Did they want to slap me? What's playing? Nigeria is playing ball now. You want to look at the players. Do you understand?
Better, please.
So,
1 minute. 30 seconds, please.
Go ahead.
I want to use this opportunity to tell our Enugu people to join the National Association of the Blind Enugu State Chapter on the 28th of this November as they showcase the white cane. That is the day set aside in Enugu here to celebrate the white cane. So they will do road show from New Haven Junction by Besala Road and terminate at the Ministry of Gender at Independence Layout off Wayek bus stop, where they will sensitize people on the uses of white cane. Please do join them. Thank you.
Please do join them. Very, very important. So that you know the importance of white cane. And why it's important, you need to get one.
You can donate to.
Yes,
they
you can
need
also
more
donate.
and more.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Lillian. I want to appreciate everybody. Scholastica, Ben, Ugosimba, Soloyi, Soluzo. Thank you so much, everybody. Join us again next week for another heart-to-heart moment. Next week, we'll be asking the question, why are you single? A lot of people have been saying, why this topic? If people are single for different reasons. So don't look at it that you are single, meaning because you know green marry. Now you make you day single. People are single for different reasons. So, and we know that not every single person is lonely. Not every married person is even fulfilled. So on Soul Sisters, we'll be asking very critical question. Is it by choice that people are single? Is it due to circumstances? Is it as a healing process? Is it because they are focused on their career or they're just waiting for the right person? Why are you single? You share with us why you're single. And yes, we'll get talking next week. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Don't change the dial. 4:30, it will be time for the French World Show. Let me get it back.